Hello, everybody. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome to another episode of JFF News. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode in this series. If you haven't already, we kindly encourage you to hit the like, share, and subscribe button right here to JFF Live. So let's get right into it, shall we? As Saturday, October 4, 2025, that is the date of the squad announcement for the October window of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. The Reggae Boys will face Curacao away on October 10 at the Stadion Argelio Hato. And on October 14, Jamaica will welcome Bermuda to the National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica. Two very important games in this window, and another two victories can help us draw ever so much closer towards our goal of qualification to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So again, Saturday, October 4, 11 a.m. Jamaica time, you right here on JFF Live can watch the squad announcement press conference. So you can stay tuned for that. Let's turn our attention slightly to club football, shall we? As we have two Jamaican clubs in action this very week. On Tuesday, it's going to be Mount Pleasant Academy, and on Wednesday, it is going to be Cavalier FC. Two very important games, and I'm going to explain why. This is what Group A looks like with Mount Pleasant already securing their passage towards the semi-finals of the competition. They booked their ticket to the semi-finals after going and defeating Central FC out of Trinidad by 2 goals to nil last week. So they're at the top of the group with 9 points. So they're already through to the semi-finals. However, with a point or a win, a draw or a win, at least a point, I should say, Mount Pleasant will be able to secure their passage as group winners of the group. So, a win or a draw, and Mount Pleasant Academy will be able to secure group honors. They're going to face O&M of the Dominican Republic. And this is what the group looks like as it stands. Mount Pleasant Academy, 9 points, O&M on 6 points. O&M, they have a +3 goal difference. So if O&M were to get a 2 goal victory, they could leapfrog Mount Pleasant Academy. But certainly we don't want that to happen to our fellow Jamaican club to at all. And as we know, Mocha, they still have an opportunity because if Mocha goes and gets a victory over Robin Hood by a sizable scoreline, and Mount Pleasant Academy defeats O&M, then it could be Mocha finishing second in the group. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But it's 3 wins for Mount Pleasant Academy, 3 games, 3 clean sheets from Tafari Chambers. So absolutely fantastic so far. And 5 goals scored so far within the competition. So this in itself is absolutely brilliant. Let's take a slight look at Group B, shall we? And let me explain the permutation as well. Cavalier, 3 games played, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat, 4 points on the board, right? So Cavalier on Wednesday will face Weymouth Wales out of Barbados. Cavalier will need to beat Weymouth Wales out of Barbados and hope that Defence Force does not beat Cibao. I know we're going to look at goal difference where this is concerned, but to simplify the permutations, a Cavalier victory over Weymouth Wales and a Defence Force draw or defeat to Cibao means a Cavalier will finish runner-up of Group B. A Cavalier victory over Weymouth Wales and a Defence Force draw or defeat to Cibao FC means a Cavalier will be in the semi-finals of the competition. And you know what that would mean, folks? Because the winner of Group A is going to face the run-up of Group B, which means that we would have Cavalier facing Mount Pleasant Academy in the semi-finals of the competition. And you know what that would mean also? That would also mean that we would guarantee one Jamaican club in the final of the competition. And you know what that I would also guarantee as well, folks? That we'll have at least one Jamaican club in the 2026 edition of the Concacaf Champions Cup. So very, very important week this is. A very, very defining week this is. Mount Pleasant, a win or a draw, they top their group. Cavalier, they must win, and Cibao getting a draw or a victory over Defence Force, and Cavalier finishes runner-up of that group, and they would be through to the semi-finals. So we want to wish our two Jamaican clubs all the very best this week as they look to secure their respective goals. Mount Pleasant look trying to top their group, and Cavalier looking to secure their passage to the semi-finals of the competition. Let's not forget Cavalier 2023 runners-up, 2024 winners, and 2025 certainly looking to go 3 years in a row in the knockout stages of the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. So there we have it, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another episode of JFF News right here on JFF Live. I'm Simon Preston. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.